Hey guys, Chris here, and I'm a Ukrainian Canadian. Today is June 24th, 2024, and let's get to the news happening in Ukraine and Russia, shall we? So again, a quick update today because since my video yesterday, there's been quite a few things that occurred specifically in Russia, so let's get to it. Number one, let's talk about Crimea and occupied Crimea. Ukraine launched another ballistic missile attack on Russian facilities, and this time they managed to destroy the NIP-16 Deep Space Communications Complex, which is located in Vitino, Crimea, in northwestern Crimea specifically. According to reports, this station is crucial for satellite communication capabilities. So it provides communication with space assets, military satellites, and also hosted sophisticated radio equipment. As you can see here, this is the before picture and this is the after. So a very successful attack by the Ukrainians. It will further reduce Russia's ability to communicate on the battlefield and its visibility in space. So a very expensive loss that Russia simply will not be able to replace. So good strike by the Ukrainians. And again, it's the sunk cost fallacy for Russia. They will continue pouring resources, pouring new equipment in Crimea, and inevitably they will continue losing it. They don't have the choice because that's the sunk cost fallacy for Putin. He will not abandon Crimea. So next, another very important news today, and that is breaking news. Just a few hours ago, a massive fire started in one of the main defense electronic producers of Russia. And this happened in the Plantan Research Institute near Moscow. And there is staff trapped inside. The entire high-rise is on fire, a total loss. And this facility, according to its description on its website, produces components which are used in all Russian fighter jets, nuclear launch munitions, the S-series air defenses, and various guided munitions. Great news, and sometimes life works in mysterious ways, and we know that health and safety is not Russia's strongest suit. So I don't know what the reason of this fire was, but this certainly is helping Ukraine's war efforts and Ukraine's victory against Russia. Again, Russia simply won't be able to rebuild such a facility. I can only hope that the entire facility will burn down, because then Russia will be crippled, domestically speaking, in producing the components necessary for their modern weapons. And as you see here, their jet fighters, their S-400 air defenses, and other munitions are crucial for their war in Ukraine. And so by losing such an important facility, they'll have to look elsewhere: China, Turkey, India, who knows where else, and they're going to have to pay a massive markup price. They already do. It's not like Russia isn't looking for outside markets, but with at least a little bit of internal capabilities, they could have produced some components by themselves, but now likely they'll have to outsource everything for their jet fighters to their air defense systems, and that will be very costly for Russia, further draining the Russian war coffers. So this is great news. And last but not least, today, or yesterday I should say, a terrorist attack occurred in Dagestan, so that is in the Russian Caucasus, a Muslim-dominated area, and I believe that this is a powder keg for Russia. There's a lot of tensions there, and this is not the first time we've seen a lot of combat action between Russian security forces and whether it be Muslim groups or other groups that are against the Putin regime. So here, the gunmen seem to be politically, or not politically, but religiously motivated, because they went after the synagogue. They went also within an Orthodox church and killed a few civilians. Some cops as well were killed as a result of that, and close to 50 people were taken to hospital with injuries. So again, what the Crocus City Hall terrorist attack showed us back in March is that this won't be the last time something like this will happen in Russia. And as you can see here, another terrorist attack occurred in Russia, and religious and political divisions will continue to get worse in Russia. More crimes, more mutinies, and terrorist attacks. Again, let's not forget that today actually marks the 1-year mark of Prigozhin's mutiny. And since then, there's been a lot of stuff that happened in Russia. A lot of terrorist attacks, internal crime, and also, politically motivated, assassinations, whether it be by Putin or other elites. So this is only going to get worse within Russia, especially when we know that Putin is pouring most of its resources, all of its security forces in Ukraine to, control the situation, occupy territories. And so he simply doesn't have enough forces to stabilize the situation internally, domestically. And that's what happens when you breed terror, you get terror back. And that will only, as I mentioned in the past, get worse for Russia. And the powder keg is only waiting to explode, and it will happen. Trust me. The fall of the Kremlin will happen very, very, very soon. Again, in a few years, but it will happen. I have no doubt about it. You can see that this is the beginning of a lot of other massive mutinies and other crime and terrorist attacks that will occur in Russia. So with that, guys, I end the video. A huge thank you for your support. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Leave me a comment about any of the topics I covered today. Huge thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Slava Ukraini!